Welcome. Again, I looked at the the new Madrid faults, and I saw a picture, and most people are going to say, "Hey, well, I saw a design that I saw the same exact design that are at the Madrid faults that What's Up in the Sky is putting on in his videos of the moon. What's Up in the Sky has got videos about crazy pictures of the moon. Doesn't matter where the moon is, doesn't matter what kind of moon it is. He's putting it up. He says it's the moon. Did he say it's the Earth moon? Did he say it has a name? I don't know. It's the moon. We all know it by the moon. But in New Madrid, I saw the same C shape, and I know it's something that turns and locks. I know them as Madrid. Okay, and I'm going to go over there at the same time I'm speaking. I know, 1812, that there's 7 times 7, 49, which means 2 doors, one below and one above. Oh, and these big, oh my God. Everything today has been like almost like it's being caused by something else. I'm seeing nothing, but I'm seeing everything. The New Madrid, well, I was talking about the falls. Okay, on the other side, this New Madrid, this is crazy. It has Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas. All the numbers of roulette of backgammon. Well, a little slow, eh? Monopoly. They measure it by 40, so it's 40 by 46 automatically. Moses is Ark. Kentucky, Ken for yes. New shine. New shine, what's happening? Shine it up. What's new? Are we shining her up? The machine has to be shined up. You know what she looks like? First of all, every time I design it, it looks like satellites with wings, like a box kite. So Alabama, 100 miles. 100 miles is 166 plus 46. 166 and 46. 166 and 46 is 212. 212 equals to 100 Celsius. 100 Celsius is 166. 6 times 6 is 36, which is 9. And 6 plus 6 is 12. 1, 2, and 9. 1, 2, and 9. I'm going to show you 1, 2, and 9. 9 with 1. Oh, that's definitely a machine. 9 with 2. And then 3 with 8. This is 9 with 2 is 11. This is 9 with 1 is 10. This equals 11. Let me show you the way this works. I have a lot of new things. 0 is not only 6 anymore. 0 is not only 6 anymore. 0 has a reason to be a different number at each time. 6 and 8 and 7 and 6 are in this world. There's a hole. To put something over the hole so the water can go in, but nothing else can go in, you have to block it with a grid, which is like an X. You need the X in order for the stability and the strength to withstand all the pressure. So they make the X. Underneath that X, they put a V on one side, and they put a V on the other side to stabilize even more that X. So that becomes like this, a V. When we have 2 V's in the black star, do you know what that is? I didn't design it yet, or maybe I did. It's 2 V's, the number 5. When you come into the world as number 2, you get 2 V's, one like this and one like this. 2 different coins, 2 different directions. You both can do this. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 different V's. And when you put that V up over where the X is, you have XV, 46, number of man. When you put 2 of them together, you have a gateway to pass through. And this design can be found when you look up Saturn bars and certain elements of the geometrical sizes, the shapes. So I want to show you this black little star that I designed. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you got to understand, number 31 is there because Herbert Hoover was number 31, but he was really the 30th. But 30 and 31 have to be just like the penny. Because 30 on the first row, when you come into Monopoly, you go all the way around, you go right to jail, you go back to visiting jail. Automatically 20. From one place to the other, 120, standing on 1, you got 21. You got a cube, you're back into the game. That's Monopoly. I know I'm hot and I'm on it and I see it all. I just don't want to forget. My biggest prayer is not to forget, to continue on, to make sure that there's some kind of locomotion. Oh, the trains? You want to know about the trains? Show you in a minute. Okay, I'm going to have to use this one. I don't have the other one. This is the reason for man on the cross. What happens is this is number 14. Man is number 13 right next to it. Number 11 is just above, and they create a shape big enough to put a cube. Number 14 is over here. Man goes on the cross. That cube goes on the cross. And if you notice, there's two legs that are born. Okay, either he goes on and this goes over it, or he goes right over here. You see this X here and this X here? Now you got two worlds of crosses. Down over here is between 17 and 20, and there's a straight line, one of these. It's connecting both of these. Because these squares do not, although the numbers touch each other, okay, dead center, they are still a heartway apart. What happens down here is number 23, between 14 and 19, 23, that's your 9 birth. So you fit between here and here. This is where your sex organs are. This is where the bottom of your jaw and your neck. This part over here happens to be your butterfly glands right over here, which they had control over, and I always thought they did. It's been 3 years I've had a problem with mine, but I've had no problem at all. Only had problem on paper. Oh, look at yours. Oh, yeah, you got a problem. You got to go and, well, listen, it's 3 years later. I'd like to know what kind of problem they're going to cause. Every time they put something in you, your body changes. You may only feel it, but then you get used to it. You pick up and you learn. You pick up where you left off, and you pick up your stuff and you throw it out what you don't need. Keep the house clean, understand the world, and we can move on. At the same time, I still want to show you, if you notice, the square fits right in here. But look at this part right here. See, it's two eyes and an old head and a mouth. Or just look at the part in here. It's a squeezed I, or the other way, it's an H. At the same way, take a good look at it, because if you draw it up on top or on the bottom, it does something different. It becomes the Z. And the other way becomes the N. And it becomes that because you're walking on a cross. Don't you see the N inside here? You're walking on a cross. 3 by 47 is 11.7. 3 by 39 is 117. 9 by 13 is 117. Spirit angel of man, 5 and 6. And the seventh gate. What's the seventh gate? It's a dice cube. You take it, put it right here in your head, and that's the gateway for everything coming in and going out. So you want to design that gateway, how it looks real quick. I'm going to just do it down here. And you're in your Urantia world, and here's your gateway. We get one down here, one up here, and here's the pi of your life. This is the 9. It connects the first brick, okay, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last brick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's your 12. Your 9 is right here. When it brings this side to this side, you got 12, 9 is 21, and 12 is 33. Rubik's Cube on the top has got 9. Rubik's Cube all around has 12. 12 and 9, 12, 12 and 9, and this is your world. There's 3 worlds like this. We connected in 3 worlds. We're hung up like bees. Here's your U. See you, because it's also a C. But once the energy comes inside of her, once the energy comes inside her, this is what she looks like. This, oh, I don't like that. Come on. In here goes the cube. Don't you see the Mercedes sign, like the Hilton hotels? We have 240 on the outside. We have 240 on the outside. We spread open in the center of 90. Why do we open 90? Because when we open 90 over here, our North Pole goes to 100. So we'll go 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90. I have a 240 opening. 240 and 90 is 330. 240 and 90 is 330. $240, 120, and 120, and 90 equals 330, plus 6 or 8, which equals 336. Because the moon is not involved, you got to involve the moon, pending whether it's involved or not. 2 for the moon, 2 for the sun, 2 for the ghost, 2, 2, 2, and 2 for the connection between the two sides. So we get 336 and 330, excuse me, which is 336. And we add them all together, we get 6, 12 is 3. I have to wipe this up. I hate making mistakes. I'm sorry if I'm keeping you. If you have to go out, if you have something to do, you need to go to the bathroom, you can just shut me off and go. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. I'm doing a video. Please don't come. Please, please, please. Okay, so now I'm playing with a cat and doing a video. So now what I did on the inside, I want to show you one more piece before I finish adding it up. Now I got to figure out, there's a distance between these two sides, but the biggest thing is I have to figure out from here to here, and then I have to figure out from here to here, and it is the eye of the matter that overlaps that will give us the creation time and space of where we play. So this is this, that is that, this and that. What we have to do now is this to here is 120 and 120, so we have to add 120 to each one. So the 330 plus 120 equals 350. Then we got 330 plus 120 equals to 350. Now each one we will have to add 6 or 8 to it. So whether I'm off by 2 or 3 at the end, it won't matter. But I'm going to be on something because all the numbers are made to land somewhere. Can you get off, please? Go on the floor. Go on the floor. Go, 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 go. I have a cat that's in my house that has been on the street, an orphan child, has come back into my house. It's been 3 years since my project began. I sent him out on the road. And now that I'm coming to the final ending, the final manipulation of the rest of the book, the cat comes back into the house. The cat and the Mr. Tack Pans. So we got 350 and 350. Now we got 336 on this. We got 126 to add to it because we're adding the extra 6. This would be 462 on each one. 462, 462. We got the regular ones over here where I'm going to add on 6 and 6. I add on 6 and 6 plus 6 is 456. Plus 6 is 462. 462 and 456 and 456 equals to, oh my God, these are perfect numbers. The Federation Galactica is 456. And they go one more down, because one more down takes you one more out. You know what happens is the numbers go 4, 5, 8 in matrix, okay? Then this way they're 4, 5, 6, so they either go 6, 4, 6, or they're going 4, 6, or no, they're going 4, 5, 4, 4, 8, 4, or 6, 5, 6, or 6, 8, 6. Those are the 4 numbers that run the hearts. It doesn't matter. There's no other numbers. There's no other numbers. The 2 starts here on the top of the 2 card and on the bottom of the 2 card. You never see them again because you don't see what's coming in from the top and you shit out everything that's coming out from the bottom. East and west is the day of your life. So when you go east and west, you can go to any key you want. But on the telephone, it tells you 4, 5, and 6, 2, 5, and 8. That's the only way. 462 is 31 or 13. And I'm going to work on these numbers because I know these numbers are going to tell us something even deeper. Oh, my friends, this is a lot. So we've got 456, 456 is 912. Oh, and we got the same 912 again. 1, 2, and 9. That's the bee's nest. That's homeland, my friend. 29 is yellow and black. It's the bee. 1 and 9 is the football. Your hand on the football takes up the rest of the space to call it whether it's 9-11. The ball is here. It's in your hands. You got to pass back from the guy in front of you under his legs and into your arms. Funny the way the ball comes out from the other side. So anyways, you have this piece of pie over here. This is number 9. And it's one top here. And one top here is 9, 10, 11. But it's 1 and 1 and 5. 1, 5, 1. It's 1, 5, 1 because they're both starting from the bottom. The 5 is always in the center, and the 1 is always at the other end. You turn the football around. You throw the ball from the first side, The guy catches it and his number's on the other side, but he caught the point of the ball, but that wasn't the point of the matter you passed it with. 6, 1, and 3. We talked about in the last video. Anything where 1 and 3 are, where anytime there's a 0 with a 1 and a 3 in any position, those are the laws of God. Now they could be inverted and reverted. You know why? Because other people are using them. So we have 9, 1, and 2, and I don't want to do anything yet. Now this one is 4, 6, and 2. This one gives me 9, 20, 8, 24. Is that 8, 24? No, it's 9, 24. Wow, one shows you the half a day, the other one shows you the whole day. Whether or not you're on this side or that side, inside the tube that our balls are running around. Okay, now I'm going to lift this up. 9 is the birth cat. When you went to the piano and you don't have 9, you went 1 plus 7 and 1 plus 7 and 2 plus 7. You created your 9. Now that you have 9, this is 9 and 3. 9 and 3 is Hoover Dam. That's where isn't the fault line, Lake Mead, somewhere behind there? I didn't start talking about New Madrid, and I saw something on New Madrid. I wasn't sure which name it was, the one in Kentucky. It's amazing. Oh, my God. Of course there's something happening there. When it's going to happen, all you have to do is figure out those numbers because they can't change time. Time keeps on going. They got to follow it. You're never ahead of time unless something ends. Well, you say, good. Got it done. So now we have this. 9 times 24, 613 laws of Moses. 6, 3, and 1 equals 10, 240 hours. 9 times 2 is 180, and 36 is 216. I'm going to show you exactly how this works, and I'm going to show you exactly what the time is about. 9 times 24, I'm going to do 2 equations. 9 times 24 equals, 9 times 2 is 18, times 4 is 72. 9 by 8 is 72. So that's 72. Has to do with 72 degrees of the turn of the clock at 5 times 5 degrees at a time before the clock strikes, the arm moves. Okay? And I think the arm slides forward to a stop. The seconds slide forward to a stop. Now I'm going to try to figure out, I didn't tell you yet about 151. 151 is 5 and 6 left, 5 and 6 right. It's 11, 11. It's 22, which is 1 to 22, or 1 to 21. Why 1 to 21 and 22? Because V is the light. 21 is the U letter of the Urantia. 1 and 21. 1 and 21 equals 22, and 1 and 22 equals 23 creation, and you stop there, okay? And the reason you stop there is because in piano it teaches you. It's A, B, and then the center where the C is, you have to use 6 now because it's 2 each. There's 6 on the dice, 2, 2, 2, and the dice turn sideways, 2, 2, 2, and you always use 3. If you're 1, you get to use 2 more to reach out. Okay, so that was the 151, which meant 1 plus 5, 1 times 5 equals 6 and 5, 11. 1 times, and the same thing, 11. The same time, it creates 30, 36, the game, and all the angels within its own number, and then the number starts over again. Or it'll tell you, this is the roulette, this is your telephone, 2, 5, and 8. This is the top part of the telephone. But there's a telephone and a telephone and a telephone and a telephone. This one, the energy comes into here and keeps going down, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8. The separation of each of this will be a separation right away. Because it's a separation, it's a 5. Because it can turn inside the separation and bring in from this sector over here. It's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. There's a sector here, there's a sector here. I made a design somewhere about these quadrant sectors and certain ways and reasons why there's different designs. I never read a book, I never looked at a book, I never thought about a book, I don't know about a book. All I know is when I look, I see, and when I see, if I know, I can figure it out. Everybody can figure out. See the eye in between the two sides? One triangle up, one triangle down, the wheels keep rolling. I do not know how it works, but it's called 363, which is the creation of the eye. The eye is created with the H. One spiral turns one way, the other spiral turns the other way. It shoots shit in the center, and it smells good. So we're going to go back to this over here. We end up with 450 degrees and 450 degrees in two houses. Forget about the extra. Okay, but I said I'm going to multiply 9 plus 1. Sorry, 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 plus 2 is, that's what I got to do first. 9 plus 1 equals 10. 9 plus 2 equals 11. Now this 10, automatically we have to put a 6 on it. So we have 7, 11, or if I put an 8 on it, okay, I have 9, 11. 7, 9, 11, Twin Towers. The gateway, it's a passage. This is what happens. This is what happens. When the 9, 11 went down, 7, 9, 11. See what it started with? Starts with 9, getting to 1 equaling to 10. 10 adds 6. So 6 says a man, one person, a person. This is a person. Because the cube that's in your head, it's whole. You don't have to use it, but the gateway is right here, the 49-yard line. 7 times 7, 7 times 7, 49, and 2 yards to put in your 2 cents. 7, 9, that happens, it's right here. So somebody put in his 2 cents down here. He took away the pi. Oh, and I'm 100% sure because that's what the numbers say. I got to believe it. The question is, how good are my definitions for my explanation? I'm telling you. So this and this, we added them up. 7, 18, or 7 and 2. 7, 11, or 7 and 2. If it's 7 and 2, and you go play the game in craps, it pays you 7 to 5 odds, and that's what the odds are. The passage of the 5, 7 to 5, the passage of the Magen David, the center of the Magen David is the 7th place of the heart, and the 5 of the octagon is your 7 and 5. So if you have your 7 and 2, looking at it as the 7 card, this would be the bottom of the card, and it actually would say 5 and 2. So this would be 18, or this would be 9. So let's say it's 9. This is 11, 9 plus 2 is 11, 7 plus 2 is 9. No matter what you do, it's 9, 11, and it creates 9 with the 1 and 2, which is Mercury and Venus. And I told you, Venus doesn't take part. After 2, it's 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8. And going the other way, it's 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4. Could it be 4, 5, 6? It could, but we already know what it is. I mean, 4, 5, 6 is what's happening. So if you put 6, 5, 6, it would actually be saying, you see, because you can't use both sides. If you use both sides, I'm going to show you 4, 5, 4, or 6, 5, 4. So here's the rotation. If you want to see what the rotation is, it goes 4, 5, 4. 4 and 5 is 9. 4 and 5 is 9. You can't touch it. You can't touch it because it's a wheel that goes round and round. You go around it. And here's, whoop, that's supposed to be 6, 5, 6. 6, 5, 6 is 11, 11. I mean, it's here's 11, 6, 5, and then the other side's 11. 11, 11, 9, 9. Those are the only letters you need to use and spell love, 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 love. One of the things I didn't mention yet, I'd really like to find it because it was a really cool design. What was I talking about? There was a design I made. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Here it is. It's still in this picture here. You see this picture over here? When the black star comes in, this V, right, can be opened up the other way. This can be opened up. This flips forward, and then they put the B in here. This flips forward, and they put the B in there. So when they put them together, if you take a look, it's a V and a V creating the X of the body, and these two, there's a line over here that connects the vein. That's why they say 80. That's why they say 80. That's why they say 20 in French, 80 and 20 in French. See, it's not actually 80. There's 4 positions of 20. 2, 4, 6, 8 is 20. 1, 3, 7, 9 is 20. You got 2 of them, that's 40, 40. So you don't multiply by 40 and add 6. You add 8 or 6 because you're talking about matter, the connecting heaven in the heart of the region right here. This says 19 and 23. Total of 42. This one over here sticks into 20. It goes through number 23. You see the way the two sides come together? The knees come together over here? Well, it's squeezing in number 23. So I definitely think that's about sexual. The other thing is, here's your 4 and your 4 on each side. Here the dot goes in, the wings go in, and it completes your head. Here's your beak. Too bad you're blind until this fits in. Then you close your head, and your head's back up. It becomes a block on top. See, the animals have it this way. I haven't checked them, but man does not. So that's my man. I was talking about the 40 Schäufer. Oh no, I have to finish with this. I'm going to finish with this, right? So give me a second. I'll take a look at it and tell you. Right away, no matter what happens, this here, this is the region of that 450 and 450, when it's only supposed to be 360 degrees, right? We're at 462, because what happens is 90 degrees, 9, birth, 18, birth, 27, birth, 36, birth. Total value, 90 for 96. 96 goes here, the cat and the dog, between the upper world and the soul of this world. 90 goes here, it's a dice, and you live. 45 below, 45 above. Divided by 3 is 15, 15, 15. We talked about 42 in the Mayans. Well, it all has to do with the pi of life. The cat communication when the ears are up and when the tail's down. Here's the Urantia blocks. It's the beehives. It has to do, and if you notice, it can do with anything else. And the unbelievable eye seeker. This is your Silver Star Mercedes. They sell Silver Star Mercedes. Mercedes, I'm not sure, but silver is 85. 58 is two geometrical places, which is between 1 and 2. When you add up 1 and 2 as number 58 and 62, you get 120. It's in the pool. 12 pool balls equal 120. Now we got 60. Now here we're working on 62. But where 62 goes, where number 60, see, look, this is the 9 lives of the cat. 9 by 24 is 180, and 36 is 216. Remember the story I started telling you before? 9 times 24. I'm going to hold it up. 9 times 25 equals to 225, which equals to 15 times 15 equals 225, which is 9 quarters. And it took 9 quarters to make the wash, so we took away 1 for every part of the cycle that made up. Do you understand? It was 24 cents. We took the penny off because you didn't get the spirit yet. You're in your birth. So this 9 quarters is 225, which is 15 times 15, which is 3 times 15 is 45, 3 times 15 is 45, 3 times 15 is 45, is 135, 3 times 15 again is 45 is 180, and 3 times 15 is 45. Now you got the fox of birth and 225, and the 224 is you without your spirit. 9 times 24 is 180. It becomes 216. 216, okay? 1 and 9 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 9 is 11 and 10, 21. It makes your house as 10 house and 9 house for the pi. The 10 house is the block on top, 5. The block on the bottom, 5. That's your 10 house. This is your 9 house. Okay? So we have that 9 and 10 house. And we had these numbers. And guess what? The same number I just told you, 9 by 24, 6 times 6 is 36. Times 6 is 180. And 36 is 216. 216, okay, is 1 plus 6 equals 7. 1, 2 plus 6 equals to 8. Now the 8, okay, and the 7 is basically, this is the 9 card. But in the 8 card, here's the heart of one house, the dog, the cat. Here's the heart of the other house, the dog. You understand? This is an open area up. This is an open area down. The size of the dice cube fits right in here. The size of the dice cube fits right in here as 21, and you got 21, and you're blackjack. Because the pi of the yellow and black of B It's number 29 or 92, saying yellow and black. Back in black. 9 times this is 216. I showed you 7 and 8 because it's a 7 and the 8 card. And the 7 and the 8 card is 1 plus 7. And 1 plus 7 is the 8. And 7 is the 7. But the 8 is the man plugged in. Did I show you this plugged in? Oh, sorry. Here. I made a little mistake with 7 and 8, but I know it's bigger than we think because it recreates 56. But we have the 7 and the 8, 5 block, 5 block. This V comes together, has no value. What's V that comes together? Well, when you come VV together, V1, V1. One life of one life. So we have 216 now that we multiply 9 by 24. So when we multiply the 9 by 24, we got 216, which is 21, 6 dices of 21 that are played in the game. 6 times 21 equals to man's die of 126 in the doghouse. Then we have 2 more. We have 7 and 8 for the 7th way gateway and the 2 houses of the connecting 4 and 4 worlds. 2 dots and 2 dots, you put 1 in the center, you got that life. 2 dots and 2 dots, you put 1 in the center, you got that life. Then you put 2 dots here to make the 6, 2 dots here to make that 6. But the octagon world gets its 6 from this world and gets its 6 from this world, and 2 of them are different. One line that I make this way is not the same as that way. So all of a sudden they're getting 3 out of 4. They're getting 3, 12, plus 6 on this side is 18, plus 6 on this side makes 24. Did you follow me? I'm going to do it again? Okay. 621 dice, right, okay? So now that you got 621 dice is 126 for this world. Then you need 126 for the other world, and then you need 2 times that for the last world because he's sharing with both of you. So it'd be 252, and 252 is 404. 404 and 404 is 2 worlds of 808 of the bicycle card of the machine that's manipulating this. 252 comes from Saturn. The 1, 2, 3 position of Saturn is 4, 9, and 1. It's 4, 9, and 2. When you add back the position of 4, it becomes 1 of 9. Well, anyways, it becomes, oh no, sorry, when you multiply it, I'm sorry, when you multiply it, but I have to, anyways, I don't have that thing with me. Anyways, we're going to go back to 126 and the 7 and the 8. 7 times 21 equals to 147, which is 147 on your telephone, which is the spirit, which is Mars, Mercury, and Uranus. And 8 times 21 equals 168, and that's 7 days a week. It took 8 numbers of 21, so that means we're 21 hours a day. And then 9 times 21 equals 189. In fact, that's what I believe our whole week is actually 189. They grew. You see, we had to grow our natural week in order to have the pregnancy, but we don't live it. We are a minimum 189, and then there's the houses 210, 136. 136. That we are missing 10, 210. 10 times 21 is 210. 11 times 21 equals, you see, we run both worlds by 9, but we have to calculate it as 11 because of what it costs for the other world. It's still going to cost us somewhere in our growth. So 210, 241, and equals to 262. That's what the answer is. Wow. 262, 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 20. 20. It comes right back to that. This is our time. We're supposed to have 262 hours in a period of, I'm not sure right now, I'm going to have to check that out. 216 hours and the 613 laws of Moses mixed up together. Here we'll have 7, here we'll have 8. 8 and 7 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. We're ready to go. 6 man has got the Venus world, 2, 4, 6, 8, and he's got the Alpha world of the 1 center, which is 1, and it's also 5, the 1 short stick. Do you know how the 1 short stick works? Wow, I figured out a thing about short sticks and matchsticks, how things come together. The design I showed you, it's all about moving short sticks inside the house. Every time a stick moves, 2 can move at the maximum, but you can't move 3 sticks because you lose stability. So 216 would be like this. If it was time, 6 days, 1 day, and 3 days, because of the natural cycle of the earth, 6 days of awake and asleep of 24 hours equals to 144. Excuse me, 6 days, 1 day, and 3 days. 6 days, 16 hours a week. 6 days, 16 hours, 96. 3 days, 16 hours, 48. Sleeping, 6 days times 8 is 48, and 3 times 8 is 24. The total amount is 9 days and 216, plus the 24 hours of God. 24 hours of God is like this. Somehow it's 6 for man and 8 on the cross for the heavens passing. Because you come down as an X-man, right? And half your X, 28 is the TH heaven, is the number really of the doghouse and man, 26 plus 2. But when you come in here, you have to make that cross. So it's 24 hours of time. 10 is lost for the house. And 10 is lost for the house. 10 is lost for the house. And 14 for the cross you wear on your back. I'm going for something to eat, and I ain't even started yet. Oh, the other thing I did want to do, I wanted to mention some numbers. And first of all, I'm going to show you a grid. This is a section right here in the center. Makes 4 times anything. 2 and 2 of this, 2 and 2 of this. It's always 1 time of anything, 1 in here. When one goes in here, the other one goes in here. One comes from here, goes in here, and the other one in here. There's always this one and this one, this one and this one. It's roulette betting. It's how you bet in roulette. Okay, so now we did the 21 thing. We did the blowing of the shofar. Okay. Did we do the 301st day of the year, which was yesterday, is also known as God's Day. And usually creation happens within 6 days of God's Day. So from the 28th of October and 6 more days going, it is going to be the 3rd of November. Oh, is this the thing with the cross on my back? Oh my God. I think I found it. Wow, too many books in my hand, eh? What it comes out to is, I think this is it, I'm not sure, so 677. First of all, you see where it says 8, 1, and 2? See where it says 17, 20, 23, 26, 27, 29, 23, 19? Well, these, I don't know the answer yet, but I'm telling you, between 17. If you go below 17, oh, I remember. The center, 14 is below 17. 23 is above 20. Those are the 2 crosses on your back, because this number here, 24, 25 is over here, 26, 27 is over here. You can make a line from here to here because they connect on roulette. You can make a line from here to here. So you open this up and it's 1V on this side. You open this up from 17 to 40, it's 1V on that side. But the minute you close this V here and this V here, they go right on top of 20 and 17, and they bring the cross in from both sides. The upper and the lower cross, I'd say it's more or less connected to the cat. Now we have the Torah and the blowing of the shofar, and they want 40 blasts, but now it's 46. At 40, all I got is the 4 corners. But at 46, I have connected the 4 corners and the 6 dots overlapping. Here's 6 men, and the other one's got 4 dots. So what I'm going to do here, see, they'll come together and make another design, a big square in the center like an octagon, and then it'll be a new world. Pretend every one is worth 5. 10, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. You go back to the center, you got 60 seconds on the clock. Let's go. This is your 88. We're not playing the outside world. We're playing the inside world. We're trapped. The new numbers, instead of 1, 2, 3 on your phone, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're actually getting this number here is 3, this is 4, this is number 6, this is 7, 5 is in the center, and all you got to do is spell and it basically says Zion, if you can see it. Z-I-N-O, Zion. So the last thing we're going to do the Schleifer blast. There's a whole bunch of new stuff, and I'm changing stuff. 0 can do something else, and the different ways to add up. When you have the lowest as 1, and you have something over 7, but not 8, because if you go to 8, you can't go more than 6. When you can't go more than 6, it's 1 to 7 equals 8, and 2 and 7 equals 9. But 3 and 6 will equal 9. But you can't go from 1 to 9, because if you go from the 1 to 9, 6 ends each cube. 6 ends a cube, and the 7th reconnects to the next cube. Number 8 and 7 are the same. 1 below, 1 above. Makes 7 by 8 is 56. And that's all you need, because 15 got 11, you got 26. 7 and 8 is 15, and 11 is 11. What this is what I just found, and I'm not quite sure where I left it. I shouldn't have gone back. Oh my God, I'm not happy. Is that every time you hit 20, I was talking about the Torah, and every time you hit 20, you go to 26. So that means it's entrapped, just like 17. 1 plus 7, 1 times 7 is 7 and 8. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus 7 and 8 is 7 and 1 again, because it's trapped. That's where the dice cues is. That part of your mind is trapped. Then when you go on to the 7 and the 8, first you do this first you do 1 and 7. 7 is 8, and 7 plus that is 7 plus 8 plus 7 equals 56. And also when you get to 20, which is 54, okay, 20, 5 by 4 and 5 plus 4 is 20. No, that's not the one I wanted. I'm just going to go from 20. T20 makes it to become either 26 or 28. But we've been working it right now on 20, and I'll explain to you the difference. 20, the 0 becomes 6. We don't use the 2 in the 0 because it says 2. And if it says 2, it's at the top of the list, and it's the little door that's opening up and saying, I'm Venus, stick it in and go. Because that's the way it is. You stick the needle in your arm, right? And the rest is up to whatever happens. So Venus is like that little needle, and sitting over with Mercury, they got new moons because the moon's right here. She's opening the gateway. She's sending you what needs to be in the moon. So we have 26. 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 plus 6 is 8. So now we have 1, 2, and 8. That is your 28 that you needed for the house. Now that you have 128, it's 1 and 8 is 9, 2 and 8 is 10. But 0 is 6. You'd have 16, which would make 25. Man's number in the passage straight lane, 2, 5, and 8, that's the number. When you do 56, it creates the game. Am I saying this right? Did I do this right? What I did leave out is the French. When they say their numbers. When they say 12 or 13, 13, 14. But it's special when they come to 13. But when the French say 16, size. This set, DS, the S of the 16 is included in the 17. D for S19, 23 creation. 88. Some people just say 88, there's no ET in between. Let me tell you one thing. When you say something that has something else within it, it's an ET. Because when we speak, things must be the way they are actually coming in. If I tell them the way I get the information, then they'll understand the information gateway is the way it is understood and heard. If I speak another way, they might say, excuse me, sir, what did you say? Was it a wish or a dish? So you say things a little bit more expressively. And other things are hard to say because they're a definition of something else in this world of the matrix machine, in this beautiful place of life. Now, I did not finish, but that's okay. I'm going to come back and do a few more. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot more to do. Man's holding 2 pies. He takes this one here and he takes this one here. And he says, you see V and V? Once he takes the S out of his hand, the V goes up next to his head. and becomes the fleur-de-lis. See the way the pie here, and then the fleur-de-lis part here? Or here's the pie of the fleur-de-lis, and then here's the arm here, and then here's the arm here. That's your fleur-de-lis. Here's your E, and here's your G. 1, look at the Twin Towers. Why? Remember I told you about the block? You got to put a block on top of it. A block on top of here, and a block on top of here. Because there's a string going all the way up, all the way over, and a string going in here. String going all the way up, all the way over. Oh, I got ponytails. Oh, I got tzitzis on the side of my head because I'm Jewish. And it moves. It moves backwards and it moves forward. It's like a penguin. So if you count them all, between his 2 pies, he's got 2 more pies. That's why you got 5. 2 and 2 is your 4. Your 5th one is the connection of the other 2. The one that falls down here. You see the way this last P comes out underneath your eyes and drops right down to your nuts? The same one for over here. Take a look at the design in between here. 7, M7. Well, I didn't do it exactly right, but and then there's the smiley face, all our Halloween friends, because we're not alone, and we never were alone. So many ways to explain this, so much information, and I didn't even get to the juicy stuff, how I connect numbers to say, that number means time. When you go to number 88, 88 in French, you go 88, you're saying cat before anything happens. You're talking about cats and dogs before anything happens. 88, Q, V, H. QV is 17 and 22. You bust it out, you're busting in. 39. H is 8. Q17. Q17, V, 22, 39. Now we can go A-wit or just wit. Either the 6 we're going to use or the 8. If we use the 6, it's 88 because we're already using the 8. So QVH equals 8, 30, 47, the number of time inside the word 88. And how is it all calculated from it? 17. Q17, it's an 8. V, Q17 equals 8. V equals 22, and H equals 8. So it totals 47. But Q, V equals 39, plus 8 is 47, but we didn't use the word A, E-T. If I add in the word E-T, okay, but I only add in one initial because that's the only thing you're allowed in this, okay? If I add in the E, it's 5, it makes 52, 88 says the number of man. Oh, and it probably goes even further than this. Q17, V22, H8. 88, 88. 88 and Q is the 8. V is the 4. H is the 8. So you got 8, 8, 8, 4, 8. 8, 8, 8, 4, 8. And the 48 are the 48 angels of 888. So if we reduce this all the way down and by 4, we would get 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Oh my God. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Now if I multiply the 47 by the 88, oh my God. Oh my God, my video stopped. Oh my God. Oh my God. I stopped my video in the middle while I was doing it? No. Okay. Okay, let me see. I have the Monopoly game, my friends. I have the Monopoly games. The first thing that happens in Monopoly, in creation, you go to jail. Number 30. Then all of a sudden, you move to St. James Place or Tennessee. You're on St. James or Tennessee at birth. Why? Because it's 30. Then you have to go to jail. Then you try 1, 2, 3 times. You don't get out. You pay $50. If you pay $50, that means you would end up on the railway. But if you get out with one of your rolls, then it'll always come out to New York, because New York would be 9 away, and that would be your birth, or you'd be on New York or Tennessee, and that's happening right now in the world, right now in the world. It's all the obligations in Monopoly. Wow, what a crazy world this is, eh? Oh my God, I didn't tell you the 94, 094, 2002 times 47 is 94094, and I found the time. It says green, it says black, green, eternal, creation, creation. It just says everything good. I wish I can show you it, but not right now. I have to find out where it went when my last video failed on me. So now we're going to go in here. 94094. Oh, there's a lot of connections. So we want to go 88 times 47 equals 4. Oh boy, that's a lot. 88 times 47 equals 4136. The initials of the word 88 in French, which come out to create number of time, and then the number of man, which is 99, which creates Jupiter. When you multiply it by its own number of creation of 47, you come up to 41 and 36. 36 is your creation with the cross on your back, and you're on the Mediterranean, and you're ready to go in Monopoly, because in Monopoly, this is short line rail, or if it's 36, you're over to chance, but if it's over to 8, you're on the luxury tax. You're following what I said, but regardless, let me start this over again. 488 times 47, which is the number of time. This one here takes you to the Mediterranean. You cannot get the Mediterranean, because if you get to the Mediterranean, okay, you need 1 dice. And 36 is your 3 dices of creation. 12, 12, and 12. In order to get 36 on 2 dice, you need 12, 12, and 12. You need to get the cross on the back. By throwing 12, 12, and 12, you go to jail automatically for 66, because you're not allowed 3 doubles in a row. And you're back on the Mediterranean, okay, and you're in life. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. You have 4, 5, 6. The Fed says the Federation. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. It fits in between 3 and 6. You have 3, 4, 5, and 6. 5 by 4 equals to the 20, which becomes the 26, and keeps repeating, because you're stuck in jail between the numbers of roulette, between 14 where the cube goes, and 23 where the cube goes, and between 14 and 23 is 29, and that's your life on the game board. Thank you very much. I am going for a coffee. Please enjoy the video, share, like, and this is not going to stop until we set up the reunion of love. Thank you for watching the reunion of love and peace. The reunion of love and peace is the easiest way to go to it. I will teach you all right now. First of all, we must all work together. All we have to do is figure it all out. You don't need to do anything else but figure it out. Be friendly to everybody. Have a warm heart. And that's all it's all about. Make sure you don't talk for no reason. You better stay frustrated or get away from the situation. There's things we have to do, and we have to say, thank you for watching. Raphael, 5775. In the year 2019, which is coming to an end, I will discuss that in another video. Also with that new Madrid danger zone that's coming soon. We all know it according to numbers. And it's not me, it's what the numbers say, and I'll explain it if you want again. But thank you. In the year 2019, and the Hebrew calendar of 5779. Right? So 5779, if we went to 80, 80 becomes 86. Do you understand how it goes? Ciao.